Yes, sir.
What was the last thing that Bill Monroe said to you about preserving the music? What was his final?
The last word Bill Monroe said to me was "get out." No, he said security. No, I loved Mr. Monroe. He was my buddy, and you know, the last few months really was times that we spent a lot of time together. And when I'd come in off the road, I'd go over. He was in this nursing home, and I'd go spend some time with him. And once he started having more and more strokes, it was harder for him to be able to speak and be understood, you know. And but there was a time there that I knew, because we had talked about it. He was really, you know, he was very concerned about bluegrass. He was very concerned about where it was going, and very concerned about, you know, was his legacy going to be completely lost? I mean, you know, how depressed can you get if you think that, you know, someone that really started the whole genre of music, that their name would be erased. I mean, he's not like, you know, I mean, his name would never be erased off of the tablets of this music. So, you know, I just had to, I just reassured him all the time, Mr. Monroe, people, 100 years from now, people are going to talk about Bill Monroe. They're going to know you. They're going to know what you did. And as a matter of fact, I'm going to tell people about you, and I'm going to tell people just how cool you were, and how awesome you were, and just how just downright nasty could you play. And he'd cock a little old smile, you know, that little smirk, you know, that Elvis thing, you know. I wonder if Elvis got it from him, but he didn't get it from Elvis. But anyway, he had this little smirk that he would do that you kind of knew that it connected with him somehow. But you know, and then there come a time that it was like, Mr. Bill, it's okay. You can live. You can die in peace. You can go in peace and know that this music. I said, look, me and Marty and Vince and Allison and all these, we all love you, and we're gonna do our part, you know, to make sure the music always stays alive and always, you know, is great and vibrant and growing, and we're going to tell all these young people about you, and so I think, you know, when people get old, they feel like no one appreciates them anymore, you know, and that's a problem. Our society today, when it doesn't value life, it has a tendency not to value youth, or it doesn't value the aged. And so that, you know, it's just the ones now. It's just, you know, the ones that are doing something right now for the nations, or right now for the world, or whatever, you know. It's not the unborn, or it's not even the little ones, you know. It's certainly not the old ones that people want to try to honor. And that's why, you know, it's so important for us to realize what God says, what His Word says about what He thinks is important. I mean, Solomon, as brilliant and as full of wisdom as he was the next to Christ, he was the most wise man that ever walked the earth, according to the Bible. And Jesus said, one greater than Solomon is here. But I'm telling you, even Solomon talked about the things that he learned from his mother. The wisdom that he learned from his mother, that is in the Bible. So how much did they honor their elders? How much more should we honor our elders today? And so I think it's so important, you know, and you know, to always bless and honor those that's older, and make them feel like they really had something, you know, to impart. Because really, the older ones do have something to impart. You just cool out, chill out, and go sit at their feet and just listen to them talk. You know, you can learn so much from them, and that's what I've always tried to do. When I was 5, 6, 7 years old, I was playing with musicians that my dad knew that was 75. Okay, my dad knew a bunch of old fiddlers there in eastern Kentucky that, you know, they were just full of themselves, you know, and they had these corny jokes, and, you know, but man, could they play. You know, and so like Sanford Kelly and Paul Johnson and Euless Wright and people like that, man, I learned so much music from those guys, and I know it's helped me. That's all I can speak for is myself, because it's helped me to learn from the older ones, and I'm really hoping and praying that like this thing with honoring the fathers, that the youth will listen to that record, listen to our interpretation of what happened in 46 and 47, may even cause them to go back and listen to 46 and 47, because there's a whole lot in there that we didn't get, that it's still in there. Those songs are just as alive today as they were in 46 and 47.
You know, I think that's a really great segue, Ricky, for us to wish you a really happy 55th birthday with Happy Birthday. You want to sing Happy Birthday to Ricky's band?
Oh, they already did. Where were you? Don't you remember? Oh, they did. They really did.
You really did?
Yeah, they really did. Yeah, they really did.